Okay, this is Mr. Burns, and we're going to go over the metric measurement worksheets. Before I even start, I'm going to write what I need to do these successfully. The metric prefixes: King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, or whatever you remember to put this in the right order. This will help you a lot if you're having trouble. So this first one, I want to go from meters to centimeters. And so meters, there's no prefix here, and so that is where the base comes in. Sometimes that makes it a little harder. And so I'm starting here at meters. That also would be liters and grams would be here. And I'm going to centimeters, so I'm going to go 1, 2 spaces to the right. So that means I move the decimal point 1, 2 spaces to the right, and where there's a jump without a number there, I got to put in a 0. So it's going to be 170. So here we go. That would be D. The next one, we have centimeters going to millimeters. And so let's get rid of that. And so we're going from centi to milli. So that's 1 space to the right. And so 9.1, 1 space to the right. I've got 91, so that also is D. So not too bad, right? Let's move this up. Do the next two, and again, feel free to skip ahead or pause or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to erase all that, but I need my King Henry back. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And so I have an airport runway that's kilometers, and I want, is that deci or deci? Deca. And so this one technically is DA. And so there's no A here, it's just DM. On a test or a quiz, if you're not sure which one it is, you can ask me and I'll tell you. The DA is for deca, this is deci. So we're going from kilometers to deci. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the right. And so we have 0.84, whoops, here I can fix that. 0.84, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we get 8,400. That would be E. And a science textbook is measured to be 47 centimeters long. That's equal to how many meters? So hopefully you're getting the picture now. Erase that so I can use it here. And so we have centimeters, and we're going to meters. So 1, 2 to the left. And so I have 47.0, 1, 2. So that would be 0.47 or B. And let's see, I think we can just move that up a little. And let's do number 5. And so it says a liter. That might trip you up. We mean 1.0 liters. There was a problem on the metric money thing where that was kind of an issue. And so 1 liter is how many milliliters. And so again, when there's no prefix, it's just liter instead of deci or deca or hecto or anything. That means we're starting with the base. And so I'm starting here at base. And I want to move to milli. 1, 2, 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3 to the right. And I have 1,000. And I bet you a lot of you just knew that. And that's totally fine. What's also interesting is this would be 1,000 grams of water too. 1 milliliter of water has a mass of a gram. So let's look over at number 6 now. And so this comes from our metric money activity that we were doing. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And I have 0.0015 kilodollars. I want to know how many centidollars. So 0.0015. I'm starting at kilo, and I'm going to centi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I put in a 0. These don't count, right? So it's just 150, and that is D. Okay, here's the other side of the worksheet. This is a little different. We want to pick which of these measurements is the largest one. And so if you're able to do that, you'll see things like this on the test. Great. But I'm going to be a little more formal. I'm going to follow these directions here and convert column B to the same units of column A. Then it'll make it real easy to figure out which one's bigger. And so once again, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And I want to convert centimeters to meters. Centimeters would be the base. There's no prefix. So 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2 to the left. So that's 1.5 meters. These are equivalent. And so, that's 1.5 meters here. And so I put a C there if they're the same, according to the directions. And here I'm going to convert centimeters to millimeters. And if you wanted to, you can convert column A to column B's units. That would be fine with me if you did it that way. And so centimeters are here, millimeters are here, and I go one space to the right. And so one space to the right, and so that's going to be 80 millimeters. And so in this case, column B is the biggest. For number 9, I want to convert milliliters to centiliters. And so here's milli, here's centi. Let's clean that up a little. Plus it's fun to use the eraser. And so I want to go from milli to centi, so it's just 1 to the left. And so 1 to the left. And so I have 0.5 centiliters. So this 5 is bigger than 0.5. And so that would be A. And now we have milligrams to grams. So again, there's no prefix here. And so gram is the base. And so I want to go from milligram to grams. 1, 2, 3 to the left. Oh, right away, you know this is going to be really tiny. 2, 3. And I'm sure a lot of you are able to figure that out. So if you wanted to write that out, there's what, 4 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. And a lot of teachers like you to put a 0 there. It's not a big deal if you don't. And so obviously this is really tiny compared to this, so that's A. And I think we have one more up here. I'm going to erase those. You can always scroll back and see if you need to. And so one more here, milliliters to liters. And so that's King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I think he would learn by now. So milliliters, liters are the base unit. There's no prefix. For some reason they capitalize the L for liters. So 1, 2, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3 to the left. And so that's going to be 4.0. And so once again, A is bigger. And so the whole, that was C, that was B, that was A. And so again, if you could figure that out without doing the conversion, that's good, but make sure you can do the conversion as well. And then we have one last problem here coming from the metric money activity. And so in this case, instead of the purses of senators, we have a piggy bank. And so I'm not even going to read that. I'm going to, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I know I'm going to need that. And so I want to convert all these to dollars to figure out how much money I have. And so first I have 10 hectodollars. So a lot of you are able to say, oh, that's 10 $100 bills, so that's $1,000. And that's fine to do it this way. But to get a little practice here, I have 10 hectodollars. And so I am here, and I want base, that's where the dollars are. 1, 2 to the right, 1, 2 to the right. So that's 1,000. I'll write it down here and put all our other results as we go. Now I have 2 dads, and so that's deca. This is deci. There's no other letter here, and so dad is a deca. and I want to convert that to the base unit dollars. And so that is 2. I just move it 1 space, and so that would be $20. And then I have $8. I don't have to do anything for that. And I have 20 decidollars. And so here's deci. I want to go to base. That's 1 to the left. And so that'd be 20, 1 to the left. And you may want to be real careful with these. This is where I usually make mistakes. For some reason, for the decidollars and dimes, I'll go too far. And then finally, 45 centi dollars. And so here's centi. I want to go to the base. 1, 2, 1, 2. So that would be 0.45. Add that all up, and you're doing pretty well with a piggy bank of $1,030.45. So if you're able to do all that, you probably aren't watching this. But if you did most of that, you've got it. Just a little bit of practice, being a little more careful, and you'll be able to do these 100% correctly.